Right, so video 7, all we're going to do in video 7 should be quite quick. We're just going to get a bunch of screenshots to show off your model. Now I realised in the last video I told you to put a USB and a battery in it. Obviously I'm aware that in real life you will either be powering it from a USB cable if you brought one in, or from a battery pack. But you know, it's just there for illustration purposes, okay? Right, screenshots. So first thing to do, if you've not already got it set up like this, we're going to configure it to have a white background. It'll make your images look nicer. So go File, Options, Colors, Presentation, One Color. Alright, so Presentation, One Color, Apply. That'll give you the white background if you've not already got it. Next thing I'd like you to do is go to the View tab up here and choose Shaded with Edges. Yours will probably look like that for now, which is okay, but you can't really see the detail. Shaded with Edges shows a bit clearer to anyone looking at it what's going on. And basically, we're just going to take a bunch of screenshots now. Now, for you guys, you're going to press print screen and basically take a picture. Now, I've got a special app on my computer where I press print screen. It allows me to just drag a box around it, a bit like the snipping tool, okay, and I can copy it, and then I'm going to paste that into a PowerPoint, okay? So I'm actually going to do the one I'm going to show you in the lesson right now. Alright, so I'm going to paste a picture of it in 3D, looking like that. Actually, no I'm not. I'm going to go back and add a few other things. I'm going to let you do this based on your own taste, but under View you've also got some other options. You can turn on all shadows, and you'll see what that does. Looks quite nice. And you can turn on reflections, so you get, it looks as though it's on a piece of glass. And you can also mess with the lighting, so some of these look terrible, like, I don't know, Country Road, I don't know, some of them like to crash the program. Alright, so Country Road was a bad choice. That's actually put it on some giant sphere, so don't do that one, as cool as it looks. But there are various settings you can mess around with, right? Like one light, there we go, or two lights. It just changes the angle the lighting's coming from, right? So mess with that until it looks good. The other thing you may want to do is you can change the view between orthographic and perspective. Perspective stretches it so it looks a bit more like a human viewpoint rather than a true viewpoint of 3D, okay? So I'll leave it up to you, but I'm going to pick maybe a perspective like that. Use my cube so I'm looking at it top down, and that's what I'm going to screen grab, okay? So picture of that. I'm going to dump that into a PowerPoint. I want you to do the same. Okay, and basically we're going to get a few 3D views to show it off from different angles. Alright, so let's get maybe one from the front. Okay, print screen. I've got a bit of the recording software in there. Obviously I want you to crop your pictures as well so we get rid of any useless background. So a couple of 3D views. I'm going to get maybe one looking at it from the ground up like that, something like this. Okay, looks pretty cool. Right, and now for some more advanced views. Right, we're going to do cross sections next. So cross sections allow me to take a slice through my object temporarily. So you've got half section view here. So it's under the View tab, half section view. If you were to click, say, on this side, give it a second, and then drag this arrow slowly, you'll see what it's doing. It's slicing the view down the middle so you can kind of have a look inside. So I'm going to slice mine sort of halfway along the LED so I can illustrate to someone looking at my plans. That's quite cool as well because it shows half of the USB cable, so they can see kind of the inside of my box as a cross section. Alright, so get yourself maybe a couple of cross section views. Stick them in your PowerPoint. When you're done with a view, by the way, you can go end section. I'm going to do a 3/4 section view for my next one, which allows me to take a chunk out of it. So I'm going to click on here and pull in an amount, and then click the arrow, and then I'm going to click on that one and pull in an amount, and you'll see that's allowed me to take a chunk out of it in the corner, okay, which looks quite cool. Alright, so maybe just a close-up area of that part there. Print screen, just whatever you think looks good really, okay. Control C, copy it, paste it in here. What are you doing? Sorry, try that one again. Print screen, there we go. Control C, put it in here, Control V. Alright, now for the final view that I'd like you to get, we're going to do what's called an exploded view. This is really useful for showing design intentions to people, okay? So I want maybe 6 views of the whole project, and now exploded view is a bit more complicated. You are going to go to, you're going to go File, New, so keep this open, but File, New, and you're going to choose Presentation. Okay. And it will say what do you want to present. Pick the whole assembly. And the key to this is an exploded view is basically, imagine a bomb went off in this and blew it apart. Imagine what all the pieces would look like if they were flying apart from an explosion and you captured them mid-explosion. That's kind of what it's going to do. So we're going to choose this option called Tweak Components, and we're going to pick any component, say this panel, and then we're going to drag an arrow to sort of just show it disassembled, and then click the tick. Alright, and then we're going to repeat that, okay? So I'm going to grab this one and pull it this way, click the tick, tweak components, that one, pull it in this direction, move my cable, so the cable's going to be like that, then this component, drag it that way, then maybe the top bit to lift up the dinosaur would be that one, and then the top panel, tweak components, I'm going to lift it up like that, and then the bottom panel, and then maybe this bit. And just move my battery up because I'm being really pedantic. Okay, now as you can see, that if you were looking at that, that's a bit like a sort of Lego or IKEA manual. You can see clearly which bits stick together and how they fit, so that's a really, really powerful tool. What's even clever about this, if you were presenting this to your boss or something, you can actually do videos and animate it, so not that you can show this in PowerPoint, but if you were to press play down here, look, it will simulate the taking apart of the drawing, as you can see, all on its own, and you can sort of rotate around while it's doing that and record all this, and it you know, do really, really professional presentations, alright, to show off your ideas. Good, alright. So anyway, get a screenshot of that as well. I think you can do all the usual stuff. You can, you know, turn on perspective and turn on, I don't think you can, or you can do shadows. You can do all the usual gear as well. So I'll leave it up to you to make it look cool. But when you're happy, print screen it, and then dump that in your PowerPoint. Okay. Now once you've got your 6 pictures, this is why we made a white background. In PowerPoint I want you to double click on the picture, go to Color, Set Transparent Color, and click on the white area of the picture. You see what that's done? It's made the back bit transparent. So now we can get our pictures a lot closer if we do that to all of them. So select the picture, Color, Set Transparent Color, click here. Alright. It just means we can get a really nice detailed page with all the images nice and close, so we're not wasting 8 slides. Okay, so basically just arrange your pictures so they're nice and big, and they show all the details. And what you're going to do next is stick a title on it. So insert text box. So CAD 3D model development. Nightlight, something like that. And then what I want you to do, I'm not going to do it for you, but I want you to annotate all these bits. So I want you to label what the parts are. I'll just do one for you, you know, so you might in a smaller font. Okay, laser cut side panel, 4mm ply. Now obviously I want that nice and small, so I'm going to put that down to like size 10. Okay, and alright, put it next to the bit, and maybe you could draw an arrow to it. Alright, so I want you to do some annotation around it just to explain your design. explain what your image is, and explain how you made it. Okay. Once you're finished with this, you're going to save this whole page on the correct place on the OneNote. So for now, save it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to copy. I believe you can drag the slide into OneNote. So in your area, sorry, I don't want to show your names, but you can basically put that in the area that your teacher tells you to on OneNote. Alright, and then you are done with this project. Just make sure that is saved as well, and that is saved, and if you've done that, you'll be getting an A star because you've done everything. Excellent. That's the end of the final video.